Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome back. First thing I want to say before I even say anything is it's been a year. It's been a year, and thank you to the 20 of y'all that's been sticking with me, and the people that are not subscribed that secretly watch. Thank you. I mean, I see you. Well, kind of, if you comment or whatever, or on the views too. I see you guys, so thank you for supporting. It's been a while. Been learning a lot. And still motivated and happy to keep this channel going. I'm happy to see the impact that I'm having on very, 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 very small levels with certain comments. But it's also been awesome to just sit here and talk. It's been good for me, like I guess kind of therapy, because some days I don't go much without really talking about things that are really on my mind, you know um and have people that actually listen, and it's nice to have. But also just seeing people go to God because of my own talks about God, and the way I talk about scripture, or maybe the way I explained it or something. In the end, God gets glorified in some way or form, which is good because we know that he speaks to people. So it's cool to see that I'm one of those people for some people. It's only happened with like one person or two, but I've seen it happen, which is more than enough for me. But I'm not sure what I'm gonna title this video, but from what I'm thinking right now, it's probably gonna be change. Change. This is gonna be more of a ramble. I mean, I ramble most of the time anyway. We're gonna be trying to kill Skeletron during this. Yeah. But alright, let's get into it. So, chains. I'm sure you guys have seen, well, you guys might know, but if you guys are in the animation scene, never mind, we are not doing that. Okay, it gives me time to talk. I'm sorry. We're gonna go to sleep. Oh, you can't go to sleep. Alright, so if you guys are in the animation scene, I'll just watch animation YouTubers. You guys probably know about Young Don. Young Don, who's very funny. One of my favorite YouTubers. Like back in like I guess 2018 or whatever, whenever he was popping. I looked forward to his new uploads. Funny, hilarious guy. Then he started posting more religious content. Eventually after getting, I don't know, I think he started doing more debates and whatever. And then he started getting off the rails a little bit. I guess from his usual content, but he became Christian. And he's had like a interesting, like, hold on, I don't even need to do that. I just realized it's okay. But he's had an interesting transitioning with Christianity. But in the end, it just came out that he's not a Christian anymore. Oh my gosh, deconstructed, for his own reasons. But I was watching Ruslan. He's another big Christian YouTuber, and he brought up his opinions on it. And one of the things, well, he made a video, and his main point about it, about Young Don's deconversion, was how Young Don was very focused on being or righteous, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a gift of the spirit, honestly, to even have that desire to do that, and to not be of your dying ways, your sinful ways, like the fact that you even have a desire to do that, like, it shows that you got something other than yourself working in you. But an over desire, or like an obsession to just be perfect. Because Young Don also made a video recently talking about how he got circumcised, even though the Bible literally says straight up, like in Galatians, like there's a whole chapter where Paul's discussing this in the church, how people still think they need to be circumcised and all of that. But no, we're all circumcised through the faith, and Jesus tells us to come as we are. I just realized I'm talking with my retainers. I'm sorry if my voice is not good. I hope I'm not like lisping, and I hope you guys can hear me. But oh, Oh, this summons the blood moon. I thought that was okay. Cool. And Young Don was kind of like that. Like, you know, as we see with that example, like he was very focused and very determined, with trying to do the right thing. And with that, he quit his YouTube channel, and you know, he did like a hard reset when coming to Christianity. Stopped doing a lot of things um, that he used to do, which is good, especially the sinful things. Um, but with that, when he came back, like he was talking about how, because I watched some of his like content about, you know, him discussing it. He was like, "Man, I gave my life to this, and it took all away from me, and it stopped me from." Well, I think he said this. All right, I think he said this. But stopped him from being himself, like in a way. And it's not the first time I heard that from other people. Like other people, like I seen a TikTok of this guy saying how, man, he can't understand how people like would go to like religion and it just stops them from being themselves, which I guess is partly true. But the reason why they say that is because they think that religion or you having a belief in something um, stops you from being you. And I feel like or just having fun. And I feel like for most people, it can be like that. And it was like that for me. I told you guys I stopped my channel, doing my own YouTube channel, because of my intention when I was doing it. Like, yeah, I made people laugh and whatnot, but secretly, I did want success, and I did want, I wanted success. I wanted to eventually make money. I wanted to be a big YouTuber. So of course, make people laugh. I did want to make the world better in some way. I just didn't really know how. But if you could, because from your works, you can see somebody's faith. You can see somebody's true intentions. From the heart, wait, from out the heart? No. From the words of the mouth, the heart speaks. I think that's how that saying goes. But yeah, you can see what, you know, somebody's really trying to do. And I mean, for my videos, you can't, like, I don't want to make it seem like I was just like money obsessed, because I wasn't. But what I'm trying to say is, I guess my intention was just success, rather than making people, doing like a better impact on the world. Like it was higher than that for reasons. But because of that, I stopped, and for a while I didn't like. It didn't really bother me, you know. Like I didn't even think about my channel. But after seeing Young Don's deconversion, and then Ruslan's video, and he even uses scripture in Ecclesiastes 7:16. I'm gonna read it from ChatGPT, and this is the New King James version. I don't read the King James version, but this is what ChatGPT gave me. I'm more of a ESV, NSAB type guy, but whatever. Do not be overly righteous, nor be overly wise. Why should you destroy yourself? And I think this is perfect because when I also did more than just like leave my channel. Like on the YouTube side of things, that's what I did. But I mean, for a while, I didn't like wearing chains and jewelry. Like I didn't, and I don't even think that's a bad thing. I think, you know, there's a time and a place. But you know, social media, I would also stay away from because I felt like I was procrastinating, and procrastinating is laziness, and laziness equals sloth, and that's a sin, and whatnot. And I mean, there's some truth there, but there's also a lot of good, you know. Like sometimes, I mean, when you go to a party, you know, you should dress for the occasion. You know, sometimes you not dressing for the occasion and you looking homeless while everybody's looking dressed for a house party, can draw more attention than you actually just wearing the chain. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of neutrality. There's a lot of gray area in our lives. Like there are things that are good and bad. It just depends how you use it and depends what your intention is behind it. So don't knock it fully out just because you see the bad and whatnot. You could do a lot of good, you know. And I feel like this is what a lot of, like, I guess, like newer people, I guess newer believers fall into. And that's what Ruslan said. Now, I'm a newer believer myself, so I can't be speaking like, oh yeah, new believers, yeah, they do that all the time. Like, bruh, like, nah, I've done it, so I know. If I've done it, most people have. You know, there's nothing new under the sun. You know, another Ecclesiastes thing in there. You know, your boy. I was reading it today, but yeah, nothing is new under the sun. So I feel like, you know, when people are first starting to get into the faith, try to do everything they can to minimize their sin in every which way or form, which is a good thing. You're on fire for God, and I think it's a healthy thing. But eventually, um, it can be a burden trying to live up to these mental expectations that you have of yourself. Because while some of them, like, you shouldn't sin, of course. There's blatant sins, like you shouldn't be watching porn, you shouldn't be um being wrathful, punching people in the face, murdering people. Like, there's blatant sins, and you shouldn't be angry all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's obvious ones, but there is justified anger. There is self-defense. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, you should you should have an attraction to your wife. You know, because at the end of the day, life is a blessing. God made things for good. You know, He made this world for good, and we make it for bad with our sinful nature. So the point I'm trying to say is just there's a lot of neutrality. Again, there's a lot of neutrality, and don't knock yourself from experiencing life and having fun in a glorifying or not. It doesn't even have like not necessarily like it doesn't have to like me going fishing, right? I enjoy fishing. I go fishing every now and then, but when I go fishing, the water isn't telling me or isn't saying Jesus Christ is Lord, you know, or anything. And it's not even like I'm necessarily thinking that when I'm going. I'm just going to have fun. And I should. Life, like having reverence for life, you know, and appreciating life is a godly thing, you know. It's a biblical thing. Life is beautiful. You know, my favorite psalm, Psalm 8, um, talks about how I forgot. I don't know. I think it's David, but he's just giving reverence to the organization of the world or the universe, I guess. Like from Earth's perspective, like he's saying from the many stars above, and man, I forgot what he said, but he's just like, man, when you look at the stars, you look at the animals, you look at all of this stuff, and you take pity on us. Like, you take pity on us, Lord? Like, you care about us, insignificant beings? All it takes is an animal, like a gorilla, that has, like, barely any consciousness, or just a dog. And we're dead like that. We're feeble beings, and you put so much care into us that you sent your only son to die for us on the cross just for us to be made right and possibly get a chance to live with you. Incredible. It's unbelievable. It's astounding. I'll never be able to understand it fully. We'll never be able to. Actually, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm tripping. 14 minutes into the app and I haven't fought the boss. I already know. Somebody's gonna go in the comment section. Skip to here. This is when he finally does it. I'm sorry. I got carried away. Blood Moon took a while too. But enjoying life. Like, I was, like I told you, like somebody who didn't really like social media because I didn't want to bring any attention to myself unless it was for the glory of God. I didn't, um, like, my idea was posting was like, I had to have something with the Lord or God. And I mean, I still have like I still have that thought like with like actual like main posts. Like when I eventually take my first pictures to have on my wall, I do want to have some scriptural things because you know you should use if you're gonna boast about anything, you should boast about God. That Paul says that, you know. So yeah, and if I'm gonna show off anything, I want to show it with intentions to glorify God. But there are things that you can do that doesn't necessarily have to have a Bible verse or, you know, like say something about God. Because God speaks everywhere. The Bible also says that everybody knows God exists. It's just, people just suppress it in their hearts. So you don't even have to say anything. Because at the end of the day, everybody's going to be held accountable. Because you can see God do his creation. So if you're like, so what I started to do is just post things that about life, you know, like I have a garden, posted some pictures about, yo, like getting kind of good at this garden and stuff. And I posted a picture with intentions to show off because my pineapple started flowering. So I was like, yo, this is probably cool. I want people to see this. And they also get a little bit of my personality because, you know, people like following other people, not people that, and what I mean by that is just not like they don't like to follow, like they want change, they want different things. So if I want people to follow God through me, you know, I want to make myself as relatable and, you know, likable as possible. So, you know, not everybody's trying to hear about scripture. Unfortunately, not even myself, you know, all the time. So we like the creation. I mean, we're in the creation all the time, so it's understandable. And we're sinful, so yeah, we constantly neglect God. But you can dance with the neutral, like, and use the neutral for good. Like I told you guys, I didn't want to dress up too much, like when it came to when it came to my appearance. Like I even used to look kind of down on like people who would wear like chains and stuff and were Christian, because I'm like, yo, like you're kind of glorifying yourself. Like, why are you making yourself look like the world? You know, that's what I would say in my head. I think differently now. Like I told you, because beauty in itself is not a bad thing. Like God is beautiful. And beauty is a helpful tool to actually bring people to God. I mean, would you rather go to a church that looks like your house or a beautiful church? Like, and Redeemed Zoomer actually covers this too. And like, he was talking about with like Baptist churches in one video, like how most of them don't look too grand, and that can stop people from going to church. Which I agree. I would rather go to, you know, like, have you seen like the Anglican and Catholic churches? I would want to go, even if I wasn't like Christian. Like, it looks cool. But yeah, beauty. If you see a handsome man, handsome Christian man, or handsome or a beautiful Christian woman, not even looking at them in a lustful way, but you see them, you know, in a nice, they're taking care of themselves, essentially. They're in good health. That could make you think of God more, because you see how God is taking care of these people and whatnot. And as long as you're not drawing too much attention, like, you know, you can dress within your like the scenery. Like, look around the crowd, you can tell the register or the level of formality like people are in and whatnot. It'd be fine. Like, so that's all the stuff I'm learning. It took me 20 minutes to say that, but yeah, I just wanted to say this because, you know, like I recently got TikTok again, and I'm trying to find a balance, you know, with using it, because I was very against it before, because I was like, yo, it literally takes my time. Like, I see why it's called TikTok. Like, it literally TikTok. Like, I literally TikToks, man. But when I'm on TikTok, but Yeah, I use it now. Um, it's a good way to just talk to people. I started watching Invincible um, on Sunday, and I kind of binged. I did a little too much, probably, because, yeah, I finished it today. I got this episode 8. It was crazy. Conquest was, you know what I'm saying, going crazy. But, uh, are you serious? It's still day? But, yeah, I started just indulging with more, I guess, safer worldly things. Like, of course, be on the lookout, you know, because you are what you eat. And some of these shows, they do, because they're more worldly, like, they entertain sin. Like, Invincible, they got a lot of, you know, sex scenes, you know, and stuff like that. And if you keep seeing that, you're more likely to think of it, you know. But it doesn't have a lot. It has some, but, you know, stuff like that. So just be mindful. Balance. That's what I've been learning with these neutral type things. But I want to fight this guy. I don't think I have much to say. That was like the main thing. But yeah, let's fight him. Let's go. But yeah, that was the main thing I wanted to say, because I feel like Christianity is not supposed to be a burden. But it's not even I feel like it. That's a fact. It's not. We're supposed to find joy in... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're supposed to find joy in what we believe and whatnot. And you can. Like, having friendships and not necessarily always talking about the Bible all the time. Like, you know, you can, but, and that's a good thing, but I don't know, man. I wish I have that, like, that mindset to be able to just do that all the time, you know? Oh my gosh. Bro, I'm like sucking right now. It's probably because I haven't played this game in a little bit. Like, my movement is not up to par. Oh my gosh. I know with this boss, you gotta get the hand first. Because then the defense drops on the head, and then, yeah. But, what else did I have to say? But yeah. I think that's all I have to say, though, for the most part. I think you guys understand my drift. You get my point. Life is good. It's a good thing, even though there's a lot of meaninglessness in it, because I've been reading Ecclesiastes again. It's God that gives us meaning. A God that gives it meaning. And he... Oh my gosh. Wait, where's my... No way. No way. That's the first time I didn't beat him on first... Oh my gosh. You can wear a chain. You can have TikTok. You can watch some entertainment for a little bit. You're not gonna get sent to hell for that, you know? If you feel personally convicted, like, you know, like, wearing the chain is gonna, like, mess up, like, it's gonna really make you prideful and all of that, then don't do it. Like, you know yourself more than I do, and whatever. And there's certain things, like secular music, I know if I listen to that, it's gonna change who I am. Like, it changes who I think, how I think, because, I mean, I've already seen the change. Like, I'm more of a person that, like, the more I feed myself something, the more I become that thing. So I I'm very careful about the things I let myself, like, watch and listen to, I guess. So that's my weakness. But for others it may be different. So if you feel like you can listen to Cardi's new album right now and not do what he tells you, I mean, you can. Even though I wouldn't suggest it though, because he's still secular, and even though like, the influence may be different upon people, you still can be influenced. All right, so You can. Dang, I don't think I'm saying this right. Like with balance and discernment from what's sin and not. All right, but I'm probably gonna cut till when I fight the boss again. Tomorrow. It's 11:50. So it's my mom's birthday tomorrow. I gotta wake up early, so I'm not gonna be staying up. So yeah. Alright, it's honestly like the end of the week. It's the end of the week. We're gonna do this again. But there were a couple things I wanted to add as I thought throughout the week. About this video. Listen, I had things going on, tests, and it's also spring break for me, so hopefully I can start uploading some more. So look out for those if I do. But I remember I said about how, Ecclesiastes, Solomon talks about not being too righteous, but I never explained why. And the reason why oh my gosh, the reason why he said that was because, the more you know, the more like unease you bring to yourself, like, because you know the truth. Like, the truth is often unsettling, and especially for us humans to bear, like, because you can't really do anything about it. That's the one thing about being self-aware that sucks. Is like, you know so much, but you can't really change the most pivotal things that affect our lives, like time and destinies and stuff like that. Like, so he was like, you don't need to chase all of this. So as much as I love knowing it all, like, you don't need to know it all. Alright, you'd probably be better off not. And also I wanted to just emphasize again, balance. Like, for me this week, honestly, I've been trying to figure out a balance. Like, I've definitely watched too much TikTok and engaged in, yeah, I've watched too much TikTok, and I haven't read my Bible. Like, my Bible reading has went down this week. I've been just chilling and focusing more about me being more confident in talking to people, which I don't think is necessarily bad either. Like, but I'm gonna get back on it. The word is the fountain of life. We need to prioritize it. It's like the instruction manual for life. Like, the more you go without reading it, the more likely you are to make mistakes when putting this puzzle of your life together back. Especially when you have the creator of the puzzle at your hand, So, yeah, I'm gonna read it. But I do think, like, I'm gonna be... I used to be so, like, oh man, I didn't read X amount of chapters today like I usually do. Like, nah, I'm not gonna be like that. It's whatever I get done, I'm gonna try to read like one a day. Well, not one a day, but minimum one. Because I read about 3 chapters a day. Like, but, be more casual with it. Like, it's not the end of the world if I don't get the word in. Prayer matters just as much. You're still in communication with God and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So just wanted to emphasize these things. Hope you guys have some plans for spring break. I mean, if you're in college, the spring break probably ended already. But if you're in high school like me, it's just getting started. So go out there, live your life, enjoy your lot in life that God is giving you. Your friends and the worldly and non-worldly, they're still people. It's the one time where the evil and the good coincide, because once we die, it's either you go to 2 absolutes, heaven or hell. There's either really good or really bad. So enjoy this experience while you can. That's all I see. Don't sin though. Alright, enjoying it does not mean like you be in sin. Like, that's not what I'm saying. Like, if you're fun, is it sin? Nah. You don't do that around here, partner. I'm gonna play real safe. Oh gosh. I know I've not been talking. There wasn't much change. Really. I'm supposed to be on the first try, so this wasn't supposed to happen. Skeletron, you will be defeated, my friend. It's over. What you did me, you're not having that yet. That to save my life, and now you're alive. 200. That's how we do it. That is how we do it. Done. Done. Alright. Let's add them on to our kill feed. There we go. Open up. Let me see how this looks. Oh, that looks trash. Alright, but for real. Oh, wait, possess goal. Oh, wait. What does it do? That's a pet. Okay. But on a real note, though, I hope that you guys took what I said lightly. You know, always take my word with a grain of salt. I'm human, subject to error and sin, and like I'm trying to work on my words. So I'm trying to be better. But hope you guys enjoyed my rambles, and enjoy your life. Like I said, you got one of this, and you can't go back and change, you know, your mistakes and whatnot. Like, so just use your time wisely.